At the unofficial groundbreaking ceremony for the new John Haynes Memorial Veterans Hall, local veterans and supporters shared what the day meant to them after years of waiting and advocacy.
I'm Tom Patilla. I'm a past commander of the post, and this is the end of a 20-year battle with the county to have our building fixed or replaced. So it's finally been demolished, and we're going to get a new building. What else? I mean, it's the end of a long struggle to have a really good vets hall. So it's not only for us vets, but it's for the community, and that's what I love about this project.
Thanks, Tom. Would you like to say anything?
I'm just with my brother.
Okay, here to support.
I second that motion.
What brought you out here to support today?
Just because they're finally getting their building after numerous years of delay. So I'm happy for the vets and the community.
Well, my name's Jim Truitt, and I've been with this post for many years. Tom and I probably been together on this project for many years.
89, I think.
Yeah, and yeah, we're super happy that it's happening.
You were here early in your chair with the plans for this vets hall with your golden shovel.
Yeah.
You've been waiting, not just today, but for a while. Yes.
That's true. Yeah, and yeah, it's been a long time coming, but looks like it's happening. So I'm a happy guy.
Vietnam veteran Jeff Hadeen reflected on the hall's legacy as a vital community space, recalling early PTSD outreach efforts in the 1990s and expressing gratitude for the county's support, especially that of Supervisor Michelle Bushnell.
I'm Jeff Hadeen, and I am actually a resident in Mendocino County. And part of the importance of this building has been the Garberville Veterans Association, which has reached out to a huge community. And we didn't quite realize how big a community we were until the VA decided that PTSD was a true disability that some veterans suffered. And I was in the midst of being treated for a lung condition that stemmed from Vietnam. And they said, "You have PTSD." And I was like, "Me? What's wrong with me?" And they said, "Well, your resistance to anesthesia is out the roof. And if we ever had to do a serious operation on you, we'd probably have to kill you in order to do the operation. And we don't want that situation. So we would like you to go down to Menlo Park and go through our PTSD program." And I said, "I can't do that. I'm a single dad. I got a kid in the first grade." And they said, "Well, okay, how about Petaluma?" And I said, "No, come on, Petaluma is rush hour traffic and all that kind of crap. No way." And they said, "Well, okay, where do you live?" And I told them, and they said, "What is the nearest town to where you live?" And I said, "Garberville." And they said, "Okay, let's see how many vets are around Garberville." And they had a computer down there at Fort Miley Hospital. And they said, "Wow, in a 50-mile radius of Garberville, there are 5,000 registered veterans of the Armed Services of America. We'll bring people up. You just put an advertisement out in your local papers and stuff and on the radio, and we'll get a group of people from Eureka and a group of people from San Francisco Veterans Hospital, and we'll come up and talk about this situation." So I came over to the hall. Brian Ormanet's there, and Brian said, "Well, okay, let's get it in the papers and stuff." And I wrote up a little thing, and he reparagraphed it, and And we had this meeting, and there were so many vets who showed up that we filled the hall. We had to put speakers on the 2 entrances. We had people all over the lawns listening to this presentation. And that was when I met, basically, Tom and Jim. They were, very active vets, and we started looking around and saying, we've got to maintain this hall. And they sucked me right into building cabinets for it, and pretty soon we were putting ladders up at night, getting up on the roof and daubing around little bits of oh darn it, what's the name of
Blackjack.
that? Blackjack, yes. All over the roof to try to stop the leaks that were coming in, etc. And we had to be clandestine because of county requirements for workman's comp and everything else. And that was a part of the issue that stood between a contract here and the future of this hall, is that hopefully we're going to work out a way in which maintenance this far away from Eureka can be worked out, that those of us who use this hall, need this hall, can be part of keeping it buffed up and extend its life out into as far as it should be. I mean, gosh, they've got housing in London, 300 years old, that were put together to meet the Spanish Armada. And it's all daub and wattle, willow-based building that is still inhabited because someone cares and takes care of it. We got to do the same. They worked hard. They really did. It became clear that even Mike Wilson, who was opposed to rebuilding here, made a wonderful description of county need and saying, at least for step 1, let's get the vets in a building downtown and have that flag up there on the main street of town, and have a presence that's going to see to it that town gets buffed up enough that the tourists coming through look around and start looking for a parking place so they can have lunch here. And they worked hard figuring out how to get the financing together. So I think a shout really has to be made for Michelle Bushnell above all. She really carried the ball and hit a lot of resistance as she was packing that ball, but she managed to get it to the start line. Let's hope the finish line is within the year.
For continued updates on construction progress, visit kimkemp.com.